All right. All right. For this news broadcast, we're going to go over the breaking news. Breaking: the United States of Biafra USB Foreign Affairs Director Honorable Ada Ezeh at the African Ambassadors Economic Forum in Washington, D.C. Honorable Ada met with Her Excellency Bernadette Davis, a Vice President of St. Martin's, a Biafran. USB is gaining momentum never experienced before. The march to our homeland is imminent and coming with speed. Biafrans are very happy and proud of the USB committed cabinet members. Now, USB is the United States of Biafra, which has connections to the Bantu Igbo culture matrix and the Sahel. So it covers the entire continent of Africa, Biafra at the center and Igbo at the center. And it also has ties, to St. Martin's, the Caribbean villages and empires like Haiti, the Eastern Caribbean states, which visited Nigeria, where Biafra is located. So, United States Biafra project, it had a giant meeting in D.C. The Bantu cultures were invited, and states from the Caribbean and from Africa. And the Sahel, of course, is having their federation, which stretches from Ethiopia, Chad, Sudan to Burkina Faso, Gambia. The Sahel is a famous region. They're pushing the lines. So the United States of Africa is this was a U.S. Africa platform to market the United States of Africa and Africa in the United States. So it was a double entendre meeting. So here we have the ambassador Biafra in D.C. meeting with the sister Bernadette from St. Martin's, as well as a heavily Igbo-led platform as far as ambassadors. Igbo meaning forest or rainforest, synonymous with Bantu people. Igbo people. Okay, so the D.C., Maryland, Virginia Igbo land heritage was used as a platform for Biafra Bantu Igbo heritage in United States of Africa with the Black Belt, also known as Sahel, Kush, and Balad al-Sudan. And the Black Caribbean Empire presence was heavy. So we have the pictures of the sisters, Biafra Bantu Kush Igbo Sahel Federation, powered by the Haitian flag. And then the cards, cards are flying with the hieroglyphs. Then you have the Geechee Gullah Bahamian and Creole Festival in Charleston, tying the Gullah Geechee corridor and office to the Bahamians and the Creoles, which have been ruled by the British and the French and the U.S., but should be controlled by the majority black, family trees that we're reestablishing. So the black family tree in Charleston and Jacksonville, Savannah, are working together to get the Haitian Creole connection, the Eastern Caribbean states Creole connection, like Grenada, Dominica, Martinique, Bahamians with their Creole and connection to Jamaica, Miami, Haiti, heavy Haitian population there, the Empire of Haiti. So Creole is spoken as an African dialect. But we also have the United States of Biafra / Africa seal, recognizing Biafra as the center of the Sahel and the Bantu and the Caribbean transatlantic diaspora, American-Caribbean diaspora. Then we have the Uganda-Nigeria Imperial Administration with the Chwezi Empire, Autonomous Communities League, recognizing partnerships between Biafra and Uganda kingdoms inside Uganda and Nigeria. Then you have the OECS MAP emblem, which means Obako Eastern Caribbean states, and the maroon or mano masquerade, Igbo people resurrecting resurrecting, or Pert Emheru, coming forth by day, or coming into the daylight, or resurrecting as an ancestor. So there's a lot of Kemetic themes, Caribbean themes, African themes. There's other flyers here. Let's see. This is a Bantu, Igbo, and Sahel map, also known as Balad el Sudan. In the Nilota kingdoms, Niger and Congo kingdoms, Bantu, Igbo, Forest region. Here's a map of the Gullah Festival, the Creole and the Haitians, and the spirit animals, Godzilla and Gorilla. Then here's a map of the Igbo Landing District, Jacksonville, Brunswick, Savannah area, and the Mississippi Delta Kush District, Mississippi Delta area, leading into Chicago and New Orleans and Haiti. The North Caribbean Sea, Sahel Alliance, hashtag. The UNI, AACL, EACL, the umbrella organization. All right. Now this is showing that Khalid Abdul Muhammad created a study group, or he's part of a study group named Egbe Niame in Cleveland up north, connecting the new African religion to the Yoruba and the Akan, and of course ancient Kemet. We're doing the same thing with Egbe Bantu, UNIA, ACL, EACL. Just we swapped out the Igbo, who are Bantu connected and more aggressive in working with the diaspora and other Africans. So more progress in shorter time. It's only 7 years versus this was started in 1995 and then go back to 1960s with the New African Declaration in Detroit. It's been like 50 years, over 50 years. We just swapped out the Igbo in 7 years. We've had massive progress. This is a flyer for the meeting. Not sure if PLO Lumumba attended, or Dr. Eric Kana either, but I was told conflicting information with the flyers. I don't know what's going on with that, but we see former Vice President of Liberia, which has the whole Igbo transatlantic diaspora colonization. There's ties to Igbo land, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Biafra recognition, also Sierra Leone. So we have Mayor Eric Adams, His Excellency Louis Moosington of St. Martin, Territorial Council of St. Martin, looking for self-determination with Africa, the government becoming part of a federation of African states. Liberia is there, Eric May Adams representing African Americans, organizing, giving the government platform to help African Americans see if they can participate in the United States of Africa platform. So it's unifying African leaders to advance U.S. Africa, or United States of Africa relations. So there's a double entendre there. And there's Dr. Uche Odims. Pretty sure that's a Igbo name, maybe just misspelled, or not the standard spelling. But so yeah, it was a Bantu Igbo platform. The Mano River Union, which is Guinea, Conakry, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Sierra Leone, seeing if it could decolonize and join more African security interests instead of white-dominated countries such as the USA. But we're seeing if we could get everything in order. The Sahel Alliance is growing. It's time for the Bantu Federation with Biafra and the diaspora, and also we need the Mano River Union. We could use Gambia maybe as a headquarters. If Senegal is not participating, maybe Gambia could lead that Senegambia Coastal Federation. So everything's in order. There's a lot of ground to cover. We're hearing the more Bantu Federation talks, not only in Uganda, but of course Rwanda, the former kingdom. See if we get that in order, and the Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia access. See if we get those communities and kingdoms to operate as a federation. See what's going on with South Africa as far as the black communities there. They could be the tail end of that. We have the Congo, DRC, Tanzania, the Chwezi Empire. So it's a lot going on. So we'll see. But I don't know if there's any other flyers. Let's see. Yeah, there's a follow-up meeting, and we're going to see if there's follow-up meetings in Atlanta or the South, maybe Miami. But if we get more follow-up meetings with Caribbean leaders in the South, the DMV, Igbo land, the Gullah Geechee corridor with North Carolina all the way to Florida in the South. DMV should be considered part of the South, and that would be one of our headquarters for organizing the Ohio tri-state, Michigan, Indiana, then New York, Philadelphia, or Pennsylvania, New Jersey tri-state, and then of course the Mississippi Delta includes Chicago. You go into Milwaukee, Minnesota, Iowa, all that. So we can sew up this community real quickly. So let's just stay diligent. Peace.